Today we're going to talk all about double stops. What is a double stop? How do we use it? How do you apply it to your soloing? How do you apply it to your rhythm playing? By the end of this lesson, you're going to know all those answers and more, and you're going to have ways to work on it and practice this idea. So jumping right in. First thing we're going to do is get our A minor pentatonic scale fresh in our brain, because all of our double stops for the first part of this lesson are going to be coming from our A minor pentatonic scale. So what is a double stop? All a double stop really is when you play two notes at the same time. We're double stopping. I don't really understand the name, to be completely honest. It should just be called like a double note, right? So for example, anywhere you have two notes from the scale, for example, here, here, moving in on the next two strings, here, next two strings, you get the idea, right? Visualize your pentatonic scale and then build two note fragments. And the two notes need to be next to each other. Lovely neighbors, right? So this is actually going to be our first exercise. Let's go down the minor pentatonic scale playing double stops. So from here, starting right here, we'll have... Okay, now do that ascending and descending. Practice this until it's comfortable. Now, how do we make it saucy? How do we make these double stops sound badass, right? Because we can't just sit there all day going... Right, it sounds fine, but that's not the flavor and the tradition of a double stop. So one of the most common things you can do is slide into it. Classic blues. So what I just did here is slide up from 1 fret below. You can also go half step above. So say I'm targeting this double stop here. Right? It's all about slides, half steps. You can go from a whole step below if you wanted. Versus maybe combine the two, go half, half, whole. Right? Very cool. And then coming into this lick here, let's just play that as our lick, right? But I'm gonna go badass. Half step below, half step above, slide them both, slide from a whole step. And this little move here, I'm just starting on 5th fret of the D and the G, and then sliding up, back down. We can call that a double slide. Double stop, double slide, baby. Right? And that can go either way. I could start from below or above. Now, combining all these ideas makes the double stop a creative thing, right? Because I could just tell you and feed you licks all day, but this is about guitar and love and magic, baby. So you got to find your own magic in here. So just go through. Like I could just mess around with this stuff all day, right? So put a groove on, put a drumming backing track on, put a full on backing track, whatever, and just mess around with double stops, right? Obviously when it comes time to really solo, we're not gonna be just doing double stops, right? So once you're comfortable with the double stop idea, work them into your solo in a tasteful way, right? So maybe I have... Right, little things like that. They just add a new layer of like heaviness and thickness. It's like a really thick whipped cream or something, right? Where you're like, wow, that was delicious. Moving on to the more advanced side of double stops, let's incorporate a couple extra notes, right? So if we're thinking an A minor pentatonic, we could think of A minor scale or C major scale because they share the same notes, right? So if I now think of just that, you know, upper part, or my full major scale, for example, I have all these extra notes to work with, right? So now I could get stuff like this. Really beautiful. And you hear this all the time in music, especially when we start adding in chromatics. So instead of going times have you heard that? 100, right? And I could do the same ideas. I could do slides. Right? So again, the double stop idea really never stops. Every time you think you've mastered it, there's more to uncover. So explore the major scale, explore the minor scale, explore different positions, and you're really going to start finding how much these double stops can unlock the fretboard. If you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please consider subscribing. It really helps me. It's a free way to support me. And if anything, you're just going to get more of me on your screen teaching you guitar. So, you know, if you want to hang out more online like this, click subscribe. It's free and it helps me out. And it's crazy. YouTube says like 75 to 80% of my viewers aren't subscribed, which is crazy because that means people are literally going, typing in my name or something, finding me, and then coming back, but aren't subscribed. So less work on you. Just hit that button and you don't have to do anything. You'll just get free lessons all year. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in as always, and I'll see you next time.